Hello, and welcome to another episode of the LendAPI Partner Podcast. Today with me is David Himmel, who is Enterprise Partnerships Director at Walnut Insurance. Welcome to the podcast, David.
Thank you so much for having me.
Tell me, David, how did Walnut Insurance get started?
Sure. So this predates me a little bit. I've been with the company for 2.5 years, and it's been around for about 4.
Yep.
There was Canada's largest bank. We're based in Toronto. It's called Royal Bank of Canada. They fancied themselves, innovative, and started a venture studio, bringing together a bunch of entrepreneurs from Toronto, as far out as Vancouver on the West Coast. A couple guys working on some projects there met up, didn't really like the velocity of how things were moving, not too atypical of a bank, and tried to find kind of a really big problem to solve. And they were noticing in the insurance space at the bank, massive business, but incredibly behind in terms of technology and customer experiences, being in the hands of insurance brokers, which is not always the best, very overhead heavy in order to sell a policy. And so they actually left together to start this company, an embedded insurance company. And that was the concept. It was, we're going to embed insurance inside other products and services in consumer facing companies, customer experiences, what have you. And I don't think they really knew exactly where that would end up. It started as, you have an account or a membership. Why don't we add life insurance to your class pass membership, fitness membership, things like that. That's still a small part of the business. We've really shifted into specific products where our API-based technology allows for a delightful insurance enrollment experience with the check of a box, creditor insurance system, travel insurance system, tenant insurances, rather than the benefit space. And then we still do a little bit on the side of brokered products, home insurance, auto insurance, all under a partner banner, all within their ecosystem.
That is great. Now, with that history, what is the number one use case today that you solve for?
The one that I'm focused on for sure, and something that we've seen tremendous growth with in Canada and kind of nascent growth in the US with a few of our new clients, is the creditor insurance space. So it goes by a lot of different names: loan protection, payment protection, sometimes bill protection or income protection, a lot of debt cancellation, credit insurance, a product of many names. It's a product that I think, maybe had a bad rap for a little bit, kind of was in favor in the 80s, fell out of favor with some new regulations. And it's coming back, but it's coming back on these old archaic systems that our co-founders noticed while they were at the bank. So we've developed a technology for that product that allows it to be built into any lender's digital experience, sold to a customer via a checkbox at multiple moments in loan origination or after. And then the entire program is integrated such that, it's a few hours of dev work on the front end to create that experience. The rest is our back-end infrastructure sending data to the insurers, collecting data for all parties to do remittances and invoices later. We're sending premium calculations to the lenders so that they know how much to charge their clients, which can be a headache if you have to build a new calculator for that when all of your business has been focused on lending and calculating loans and interest rates at that point. And then we're also notifying the lender about claim status. So this is really important. Just one more thing, and then I'll completely move on because I might be putting people to sleep. Claim status is really important because the lender is actually the one who's the beneficiary of successful claims. So a customer loses their life, their job, becomes disabled, or becomes critically ill. If they have this coverage, the payout against that goes to the monthly payments against the loan. So it prevents default or mitigates delinquency. And knowing when a customer has been successful with that, to whom and whose loan to apply those funds, and keeping that customer and that borrower inside their ecosystem, not losing them, not having to write off the loan, is a major upside, in addition to the revenue they might acquire because the lender is the official distributor of the product. They get a little bit of the insurance premium along the way.
So really insurance truly embedded in the loan product, where someone just has to check a box and then you take care of everything in the background. Exactly. That sounds pretty ideal from a banker's perspective.
No, for sure. And I think, that's one flavor of the product. The other one is kind of a blanket coverage where every loan gets it, or a segment of loans gets it. Or if you raise your limit on your installment loan to X amount, you qualify for this thing that protects you and the lender in the event one of these things happen. The lenders pay for that. Either way, the complications of what can be an annoying insurance product to sell, and loan officers will tell you this, that they don't often mention it or show the paper about it to their potential borrowers. It's all backgrounded. It's all obfuscated. It's all handled by APIs, such that the lender can focus on their main business and either make more revenue or reduce default, delinquency, write-offs, charge-offs, or both. We're excited about how our technology can help bring that to market quickly for those partners and then create a truly embedded integrated program that they don't have to do much to launch and manage.
Make it super easy. It's like the easy button for insurance.
Yes,
That's what it sounds like. Now, tell me, what is your favorite customer story?
Sure. So it's not a creditor story. It's actually a tenant insurance story. It does kind of illustrate some of the things that we do and the challenges we face and how we surmount those challenges. There's a neobank in Canada, I won't name them, who we are now the official embedded insurance partner with, who we spoke to for 2.5 years. And kind of pitched them on all the different iterations of our business. Is this interesting to you? Is that interesting to you? All of it seemed interesting to them. It's a debit card, it's a digital bank, but they're trying to be a lot of different things to Canadians, provide a lot of services that are adjacent to or necessary for their target segments. At a certain point, they were like, we have some room in our roadmap. Let's call Walnut back, and we think tenant insurance is a good fit. We didn't have the product necessarily fully set up in our system that they wanted. We kind of had the integration ready, but not really. We have the technology applied to other products. We needed to apply it to this one. And we always tout a 30-day turnaround at best. And this was a really, really challenging 30-day turnaround from a demanding client who was on it and on the ball. And I got to give them credit. They run a great product organization for sure, but had a lot of demands. We were kind of shifting the integration and the technology and the insurance product itself with the insurer as we were building the thing that they needed built. And they launched what is the first non-property manager offered group tenant insurance style product sold by a banking entity in Canada, fully embedded in their system. And some of the things that happens with that product, they can sell it standalone on its own to someone that changes their address. It's a great moment, opens an account, starts their rent with the debit card potentially. But they do other things that are very cool. Like they'll give you, if you get the coverage, you get discounts on the processing fee on the other things that the debit card does. You get discounts on your tiered payments. So they have like a gold, silver, bronze, pay a certain amount from Revolut. They're really using it not just to earn revenue, but to encourage certain positive customer behaviors for them. Like the same way I was talking about the embedded blanket creditor insurance, maybe it moves customers to a higher level of loan. So there's a lot of creativity you can have when you don't have to worry about building the back end, having the licensing to distribute the product, managing the relationship with the insurer, and managing all the monthly operational orchestration things that go along. So really, really proud of that one. We've launched travel insurance with them since then. We're working on some other products as well. So, it's really an exciting one for us that we met the challenge. We turned around quickly. It's led to more for us, and we're excited to see where it goes.
That is a great story when your clients keep you on your toes, and then the outcome is better for everyone. That is a great that's a great story, and that's probably a good point to wrap it up. Thank you very much, David, for being on the podcast.
No problem. It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
This was another episode of the LendAPI Partner Podcast. See you next time.